esteemed viewers. This is ERi-TV English News broadcast with your latest updates and insights on the world's most pressing issues. But first are the top stories for today. Seminar for members of the 38th round of national service. Encouragement for outstanding students in the Ansaba region. Trump's envoy Witkoff meets President Putin. And India and Philippines establish a strategic partnership. And your local reports. Colonel Debesay Gude, commander of the Sawa National Service Training Center, conducted a seminar for members of the 38th round of national service on 5 August. The seminar held on 5 August focused on the role of Sawa in enhancing students' academic and vocational capacities, nurturing national values, supporting psychological and physical development, fostering group living and nationalism, as well as the progress of national development programs. He also provided a briefing on the guidelines and regulations of the training center. Colonel Debesay noting that Sawa has two main objectives: providing 12th grade academic education and fulfilling national obligations, called on students to make the most of the opportunities provided. Lieutenant Colonel Temesgen Samuel, deputy commander of the training center, urged the students to develop unity and mutual care, and to adhere to the center's guidelines and regulations during their one-year stay. The participants, for their part, expressed their determination to pursue their education and fulfill their national obligation. Coming to Ansaba region now, Ansaba Elementary, Junior and High School has recognized 24 outstanding students who qualified for degree and diploma programs in the 2024-2025 National School Living Examination. At the event held on 5 August, Mr. Mohammed Salah, director of the school, said that encouraging outstanding students significantly contributes to motivating them to strive for higher achievements in their college education and in inspiring their peers to follow their example and become competitive students. Mr. Kiflay Ande Mikael, head of the education office in the region, noted that this practice of recognizing outstanding students has become a tradition and plays a vital role in encouraging others to work hard and excel in their education. He also urged the awardees to continue working diligently for even better results in their college education. During the event, a briefing was provided on the background of higher education institutions in the country and the guidelines students are expected to follow. In other news, as part of the nationwide greening campaign, 305,000 tree seedlings of 12 different types have been planted in the Adlai subzone. Mr. Girmay Abraha, head of the Forestry and Wildlife Authority in the subzone, stated that the initiative was carried out in 12 administrative areas by community members, individuals, students participating in the summer work program, and workers from both government and non-government institutions. Mr. Girmay noted that thanks to consistent follow-up, the seedling planted last year are in good condition. He commended the residents of Tokonda, Hainaba, Igala, Mesengo and Zula villages for their continued efforts in ensuring the health and sustainability of the previously planted trees. Dear viewers, stay tuned for your international reports and more after the short break. Welcome back. A meeting between U.S. envoy Steve Witkoff and Russian Vladimir Putin is underway at the Kremlin, Russian media have said. Witkoff arrived in Moscow today as Donald Trump's deadline for Russia to agree a ceasefire in Ukraine looms. It is to be recalled that on Monday, 28 July, U.S. President Donald Trump had reduced the time frame he set for Russia and Ukraine to agree on a ceasefire. threatening to impose 100% tariffs on Russian imports and secondary sanctions on countries and companies that continue to trade with Russia. Moscow has responded by reaffirming its willingness to negotiate, but has said that any talks must take into account the realities on the ground and the root causes of the conflict. India and the Philippines announced the establishment of a strategic partnership following talks between Prime Minister Narendra Modi and President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. yesterday. The countries, which are marking the 75th anniversary of the establishment of diplomatic relations, have decided to expand economic as well as defense ties. New Delhi and Manila collaborate at the regional level through initiatives such as India's partnership with ASEAN. A comprehensive action plan is also being made to transform this partnership into results. Modi and Marcos agreed to establish mechanisms for ongoing communication between their military, which would enhance dialogue and exchange between their defense establishment. The Asian nations also agreed to cooperate in areas such as information technology, space, and tourism. And today's final report, more than 100 people are missing and at least one has died after a cloudburst triggered devastating flash floods in the northern Indian state of Uttarakhand. Rescue operations are underway in Uttarkashi district after a massive wave of water surged down the mountains into the Harali village yesterday, submerging roads and buildings in its path. Some army teams have been stationed in the Harali since yesterday, but other disaster response forces and district officials have been unable to reach the area due to damaged roads and heavy rainfall. Heavy rains have been lashing the Himalayan state of Uttarakhand over the past few weeks. Uttarkashi, where the Harali village is located, has been particularly affected, with flooding reported in many places. The viewers, that was it for today, and now a recap of the top stories. Seminar for members of the 38th round of national service. Encouragement for outstanding students in the Ansaba region. Trump's envoy Witkoff meets President Putin. And India and Philippines establish a strategic partnership. Thank you for watching, and we'll be back tomorrow with more news and developments. But until then, have a good one.